Heidi-ho, my peeps. Finally, I mastered the art of unicorn tears duplication, and I'm going to show you how to do it too. I've come out in the garden because the light's fading, and this has some pretty nice natural light. First of all, what we're doing is we're duping this Too Faced Unicorn Tears lipstick. This stuff has a cult following. It sells out frequently, and then people freak out because they can't find it, and then it comes back in again, then they freak out again because they can't find it. And I was thinking to myself as I was putting on my unicorn tears one afternoon that there has to be a way to dupe this stuff. So I looked and I couldn't find anyone who'd done it yet, so I thought, well, okay, how would you go about mixing it up yourself? Well, the trick to this lipstick is that when you put it on, it looks, well, it looks a bluish white. I'll show you. I'm going to swatch it on my hand so you can see it. Whoa. That's what color it looks. Now, as the minutes go on, it will fade from this, the blue will fade out of it, and it will be this pink, kind of iridescent, see, with white and pink, and little sparks of blue in it. So I got to thinking, well, how would you make that? Well, I remembered. When my mother was a girl, she used to use this stuff called Tangy lipstick. Tangy lipstick is a color change lipstick. It goes on, it was kind of a funny orange color, and when you put it, it goes on clear, and then the color, the pink, or kind of orangey pink in the case of Tangy, it develops over, a couple of minutes. And the trick to Tangy lipstick is also the trick to unicorn tears, and that is an ingredient called red dye number 27. Now, red dye number 27 is the component that pinks up once it hits the oxygen. So it will be a clear color, or you'll often see it colored blue or green or orange or pink or yellow or something like that. The dye that they use in these, neon looking color change mood lipsticks, that doesn't actually transfer to your skin real well, so you put it on and it kind of looks clearish with maybe a little bit of that dye. Well, the dye goes away, and then it all turns to the same kind of berry pink color. Now, sorry about the dogs. So I thought, well, why couldn't I take some of that Mood lipstick, which is this stuff here. This happens to be called Mood Lips. I got it at Sally's for about $3.50. Why couldn't I take some of this and mix some of the sparkly stuff in and make my own unicorn tears? So, did some more research, and I discovered a company, which I'm linking down below, that sells all the components you need to make your own cosmetics. The pigments, the micas, which is what I used in this lipstick, all the bases, pretty much everything. So if you want to create your own palette, you can do it if you start experimenting, well, experimenting, yes, but research with this company and then do some experimentation. Incidentally, these are trial size bags, okay? $1.50 each. There's probably enough stuff in here to make 20 tubes of toothpaste, of lipstick. So, I mean, the cost is negligible on this, so you figure maybe it costs $4 to make your own. That's kind of what I figured. So, now I'm going to show you the unicorn tears has pinked up, and as you move it, it kind of does a color change and that sort of thing, which is essentially what this does as well. And this happens to be my dupe. So this is my dupe, and I'm spitting. This is my dupe, and then this is what the unicorn tears looks like on my hand. So it's pretty much the same thing. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay, so here are the ingredients. I've got my Mood lipstick that I bought from Sally's. Was, I think, $3.50, something like that. It comes in a lot of different colors. This happens to be blue. I was very glad that they had a blue, because that way this lipstick dupe actually looks like the original. You could use green or pink or orange. You're still going to get the same effect, but it's not going to look like it in the tube, because it will take on the color of whatever, you know, whatever they've colored this with. This blue doesn't show on your lips, but it does show in the tube. So I'm just gonna get all that out of there. I'm using a little palette knife to dig this stuff out. And that's an empty tube now. Okay, so I've got my lipstick down. Now I'm going to get my additives. The first one that we're going to add is this diamond cluster. This gives that white iridescence to the lipstick. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just reach down in here with my palette knife, and I'm going to take out about that much. So that's about a third again. That's like a 3 to 1. 3 parts of the lipstick to about 1 part of this. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not measuring anything. I suppose I could, but now that I've been messing with it, I'm discovering that sort of however it turns out, it's neat, so I'm not too worried about getting it exact. Now I'm going to take some of this Cherica Moon. Again, this is the stuff that gives a kind of a color change effect. You know, depending on which way you're looking at it, it's going to give you a different color. And I'm going to take about half as much as I did of the diamonds. So about like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to listen to my son's car start because he's leaving, and you are going to use your palette knife and mix this all together. Now you're going to add just the tiniest bit of blue spark, because Unicorn Tears has just a faint little afterglow of blue. So I'm going to go ahead and get just a bit. See, just the tiniest little bit on the edge of that. And now we are going to do a side-by-side comparison. Alright, so here we have the colors side by side. You can see that the Unicorn Tears color is a little bit whiter. It may have more of the diamond in it. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to have to test it and then adjust. So we're going to go ahead and swatch this now. Alright, so the Unicorn Tears is this swatch area here that's closest to my thumb, and what I mixed up is this area here that's closest to my pinky. And yes, you can really see that the Unicorn Tears has a lot more of the white, the diamond in it than is currently in the one that I duped up. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more of that diamond cluster color. And get some of the goo off of here. When I put it in the bag, it doesn't leave lipstick in there, so I'm not too worried. So I'm going to give it a chunk about like that, and we're going to mix that in. And now we are going to swatch again. And what I'm going to do is this is my original color. This is the Unicorn Tears, and now we're going to swatch over here with the dupe that's got some more of the white in it. And I think that's going to do the job. I think that's what I needed, just a little bit more of the white. So we're going to let this develop on my hand. You can see the first two are very, very, very close. But I think this second try here is really going to tell the tale. And you can see it developing already. That is a darn good match. We still have a little bit of blue showing in here, but it's pinkening up pretty rapidly. And that's what you see. I mean, at first you see the blue, and then you see it go more to the pink. And I'm going to let this finish doing its color change. Okay, I am just not feeling this. I think it's still a little too blue, so we're going to go with some more of the white. I'm going to give it a nice hot chunk of white. So I have now added about twice as much of the diamond cluster as I had originally showed you. So now it's about a 2-to-1 instead of a 3-to-1 ratio. So let's get all that mixed in. And you can really tell in the Unicorn Tears lipstick just how much white there is. I mean, you can really see the clusters of white in it. So I'm kind of not surprised that I'm having to go with more. So let's just take a look. Although that is awfully close, so let's do a little bit here. That. Do its thing. Alright, so I'm going to let that pink up and we will check it out when it's done. Okay, so I have potted all of the lipstick that I made, and now we're going to show what it looks like. Okay, I thought I would bring you out here in the natural light of the garden so we could test this in fairly decent light. I'm just going to get a little bit off the back of this thing. And we are going to do a half and half. So, I'm an old lady, so I need my glasses. Okay. We're going to do Unicorn Tears on the other side. Okay. We're going to let these develop a little bit. Now, one thing I've noticed is that the Mood lipstick that I use, that stuff from Sally's, it probably has twice or maybe 3 times as much of the red dye 27 in it as the Unicorn Tears seems to have. And I say that because as the pink develops, you're going to see that the side that I duped is a more intense pink. And I'm going to bring this up a little bit closer so you can see. See, it's a little bit more of the pink is a little more intense on this side. It's a little bit lighter on that side. I think that could be rectified by using cutting it with a lipstick base, which you can buy from the company that I've linked down below. The company I bought the mica colors from, they don't sell the red dye 27 or any sort of a base that has that, as far as I can tell. I need to call them and find out what the real deal is on that. But you can get it cheap at Sally's, so you might as well. And then if this pink is too pink for you, you can experiment with cutting it with a lip balm or, whatever. So, what do you think? Pretty darn close, wouldn't you say? Oh, this just thrills me no end. Have a lovely evening, everybody, and do give this a try. Bye.